Hello everyone. In today's lecture we are going to start with chapter number 4 of our economics book. The title of the chapter is Globalization and the Indian Economy. Globalization. It means flow of ideas. A scenario which has brought the entire world closer, making a village connecting all the directions east, west, north and south at a very fast rate. Students, the world is connecting with each other. The word global means all the countries of the world which are interconnected to each other by trade. Let's learn more about this chapter. As consumers in today's world, they can find a wide variety or a choice of goods and services before them. आए दिन लेटेस्ट मॉडल्स डिजिटल कैमरास के मोबाइल फ़ोन्स के टेलीविजन्स के they are manufactured in different parts of the world but they are within our reach. आए दिन न्यू मॉडल्स ऑटोमोबाइल्स के हमें इंडिया की रोड्स के ऊपर देखने को मिलते हैं. वो दिन चले गए जब इंडिया की सड़कों पर सिर्फ एम्बेसडर और फिएट जैसी कारें दौड़ती थीं. स्टूडेंट्स, बिफोर 1990s, एम्बेसडर कार was mostly preferred by Indian President, Prime Minister, governors and the Chief Minister, as it was considered as one of the luxurious cars. The less privileged section of the society, they used Fiat cars. But today, you will find various varieties of cars on Indian roads. Land Rover, Toyota, Hyundai, Mercedes-Benz, etc. All these cars are manufactured away from India but are used on Indian roads. So from this point we can understand that before 1990s we can see only Indian products in the Indian market, but now we can see a wide range of products which are made available in the Indian market from different parts of the world. ऐसा ही एक्सप्लोजन हमें ब्रांड्स का देखने को मिला है, शर्ट्स से लेकर टेलीविजन तक and to the processed fruit juices. Such wide variety of products in our markets is seen two decades back. 20-30 साल पहले हमने ये चेंज देखना शुरू किया and in a matter of years our markets they have been transformed. So India is able to do trade with far east of Japan and far west of Brazil. So there is no boundaries for Indian exports and imports. So globalization is a process in which one can sell its production in different parts of the world to a large number of people and can face competition from different regions from large number of people. The question is that how all these rapid transformations are happening. What are the various factors that are bringing about these changes? And how are these changes affecting the lives of the people? Let's find out the answer to these questions. Production across countries. Until the middle of the 20th century, production जो थी that was largely organized within the countries. एक कंट्री से दूसरी कंट्री तक क्या चीज़ें एक्सपोर्ट की जाती थी? ओनली द रॉ मटीरियल्स, फूड स्टफ एंड फिनिश गुड्स. व्हेन इंडिया वॉज द कॉलोनी ऑफ द ब्रिटिशर्स, दे एक्सपोर्टेड रॉ मटीरियल्स and food stuff and imported finished goods. So we can say that trade was only a channel which was connecting the far away countries, and this was before the coming of the large companies called the multinational corporation. Today, products are sold in different parts of the world, and it is all through the multinational company which owns its assets, its production in more than one country. These multinational corporations, they hold or runs business in many countries, and that is why it is called as multinational company. Multinational companies spread activities at various corners to reduce the cost of production to earn huge profits. Like, first of all is the availability of the raw material at a very less cost. Number 2, designer at a very less cost. Number 3, who will do the assembling of the product at a very less available cost. And finally, who can provide customer care services. All these services are the basic criteria done by MNCs to spread its various activities in different countries. Students, take an example of car manufacturing. Designing of a car is done in USA. Designed parts, they are manufactured in China. Manufactured products, they are shipped to assembly in Mexico and Europe, and later on the product is sold globally. It is sent to the market to sell it, and now to support the customers and to rectify their complaints. The customer care centers are set up in Asia, that is India. Customers, that is 50 to 60% of the youth who can speak very good English, they are available in India at a very less cost. So from the beginning till end, we can see a lot of activities in which these MNCs are engaged. They are designing the product and it is done by the US engineers. Number 2, the most cheaper or less rate goods, they are manufactured in China. Number 3, the shipping, as it is one of the cheapest means of transport. So manufactured parts, they are sent to Mexico and Eastern European countries where assembling is done at a very cheaper cost. So here we can see that the 4 countries, they are engaged, and these countries, they are playing their role, and later on the product will be sold globally. And what is the main motive from the beginning till end? Designing at a very low cost, manufacturing at a very low cost, manufactured products, they are shipped or assembled at a very low cost, then the products are sold globally, customer care services, they are rectified at a very low cost. So from here we can very well judge that the main aim of the MNCs is to get immense profits. So they are working how to get profits. The next topic is interlinking production across country. MNC एक ऐसी company है which has its activity run in more than one country, and what is their main purpose? That is to increase the production, availability of very skilled and unskilled labor at a very low cost, and where the availability of other factors of production is assured. MNCs might look for government policies, ऐसी government policies जो particularly उनको उस country में मिले, and they can get the benefits to set up their industry, as the main motive of these MNCs is to earn profit. Having assured themselves of these conditions, MNCs क्या करती हैं? They set up their factories and offices for production. They spend a lot of money to buy the assets such as land, building, machines and other equipments, and this is what is called as investment. Suppose a country is made investment by an MNC which is having its head office at London. So if this MNC invest in any corner of India like Gujarat, Maharashtra, so such an investment made by one country in the other country is called as the foreign investment. So investment made by MNCs is called as foreign investment, and all these investments are made with only one hope, that is to increase the profits, to maximize the profits. ये तो रहा उनका एक मोटिव कि कैसे दूसरी कंट्रीज़ में वो अपने प्रोडक्शन यूनिट्स को ओपन कर सकते हैं थ्रू स्किल्ड एंड अनस्किल्ड लेबर अवेलेबल एट लो कॉस्ट एंड अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द रॉ मटेरियल्स. कई बार MNCs जो हैं वो डिफरेंट स्ट्रैटेजीज भी अडॉप्ट करते हैं. दे सेट अप द प्रोडक्शन जॉइंटली विद द लोकल कंपनीज ऑफ दीज कंट्रीज. अब लोकल कंपनीज के साथ हाथ बढ़ाने का या लोकल कंपनीज का इन MNCs को ज्वाइन करने का क्या मोटिव हो सकता है? सो इकोनॉमिस्ट सेज दैट देयर आर टू मोटिव्स. दो तरफा बेनिफिट है यहाँ पे और फ़ायदा है. फर्स्टली MNCs जो हैं दे कैन प्रोवाइड मनी फॉर एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट जो कि लोकल कंपनीज शायद अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकती, बाइंग न्यू मशीन्स फॉर द फास्टर प्रोडक्शन. एंड सेकेंडली MNCs जो हैं वो अपने साथ एक लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी लेके आ सकती हैं. मे बी द कंट्री लाइक इंडिया इज़ लैकिंग इन दैट. तो इस तरीके से लोकल कंपनीज़ को MNCs को ज्वाइन करके एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा बेनिफिट मिलता है. अब आप इस पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं अ फैट मैन हु इज़ कैरिंग अ सूटकेस इन हिज हैंड, और उसके हाथ में सूटकेस पकड़ा हुआ है. एंड यू कैन सी दैट द करेंसी नोट्स दे आर कमिंग आउट ऑफ इट. पीछे आप एक फैक्ट्री देख सकते हो. यू कैन सी द वर्कर्स विच आर स्टैंडिंग वेरी क्लोजर टू ईच अदर एग्जिबिटिंग देयर यूनिटी, अपनी यूनिटी का प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं. और वट आर दे डिमांडिंग? दे आर डिमांडिंग फॉर बेटर conditions of work, they are demanding for the higher wages. And this man alone, the owner of the MNC, he is considering himself to be as a super powerful person. And see what is his reaction, that he will shift this factory to another country because here the cost of production is getting very high. So MNCs don't set up their production unit at those places where the cost of production is high. They only go for those opportunities where they can find the manufacturing or all the activities at a very low cost. Rest we will do in the next lecture.